Love Ventnor because of its beautiful landscape, the water access, the beaches are amazing, they're nice and deep, everybody can spread out. The boardwalk is awesome to exercise on, and the community itself is just a very loving and caring, family-oriented community. In the beginning of quarantine, I really did not go to any stores. I pretty much stayed home. My husband was still working daily outside of the home. I was working mainly from my computer initially for like the first month, so I didn't really go anywhere. My husband pretty much did it all. Initially, our family didn't even come into the house. We had heard of the story of the family who had their family dinner together, and we weren't comfortable bringing our family into the home anymore, just because we didn't want to jeopardize anyone. But as time went on, we started really missing our family. So, we did a Zoom birthday. After the Zoom birthday, the next birthday that came up, we just decided to invite everybody over. And it was a little weird. Everybody was keeping their distance the very first time. And as we gathered more and more, it's became like there was nothing even going on. I think in general, people are more trusting of their family members, that when they do go to essential businesses or are in the public, that they're taking every precaution. And for work, when COVID hit, we immediately closed the offices. We requested everyone to work from home. Most people had to work from home anyway because the kids were not in school anymore, so they were homebound. The office seemed to be fine. I mean, lack of printing copier capability, but overall we made it work. For the kids, it was pretty trying in the beginning, but they fell in line, worked well on the computer. I know from a lot of my friends, their kids had computer difficulties because their computers weren't up to par at home, but we didn't have that problem.
I would say probably the very first 3 months of this going on, it was very, very rough for us. We were not getting the same kind of business or clientele that was coming in here for those solid amount of time within 3 months. And it was kind of sad. We had a few of our regulars here and that was that, but knowing that we were coming into the busiest season here in Ventnor, and not having that initial explosion of customers coming through, it was honestly, I don't know. It was just upsetting to see us not flourish right from the beginning and from the start. So I don't know. It wasn't easy on anybody in the town and whatnot. But we still made it through, and now everybody's coming in. So we had to put up new signs and everything in the windows saying no entry without a mask. We placed new stickers on the floor to make sure everybody was 6 feet apart when there was a line in here at any point, even 6 feet from the register and whatnot. We are consistently wiping things down, trying to sanitize as much as we can. The bathroom, when it comes to the door handles, anything that the customers do have to touch to make their coffee. But we try to make everything the best we can and making sure we're sanitizing as well. Our work area, washing our hands as much as we can possibly, because we do get very, very busy. So we're doing the best that we possibly can to keep it clean and healthy here. Well, honestly, I think when it comes to the cleanliness part of working here, it will definitely open our eyes a little bit more on how we should be keeping more tidy than we already were. It's something that everybody should have been doing in the first place, and maybe we could have all avoided this. And for us, it just makes us look more presentable, more welcoming, makes everyone feel safer when they come in here. Hopefully we'll get out of all this mess. So.
I just like to be able to come down and have a place where my everything's as I've left it, and it's just kind of just home. So I'm not a fan of traveling, so I enjoy coming to a place that seems like just like home. I actually think it's easier. I was just talking about this morning. It it's as though I can easily get outside for a quick break, even if it's on the porch or just to walk down to the ocean. And when I come back, I my batteries recharge faster, I guess. So I don't find it much a distraction, and I tend to work. Both my husband and I work from home, and so we tend to work mostly. We take a walk in the morning. We work all morning. We eat lunch outside, come back and work, eat dinner outside, take a walk, and that seems to be work very well for me. So very very excited with that. The way I think about the city, um, lately, it's really been pretty. It was kind of sad for a while, just to see. I don't know, it just didn't have the same feel, and you knew the restaurants and everybody was having challenges. But now, if you go into Philadelphia, there's a new thing called streeteries, and what they've done is they've blocked off the some of the lanes where you would park on some of the streets in Philadelphia, and they blocked them off with flower boxes or lights. And so they've moved tables out into the street so that you can eat there, and it's just so pretty, and that looks great. And the other thing that is awesome is I'll bet you 90% of the people have on masks now, and so that makes me feel like people are working together and want to do things, and then that makes me feel good. So I do like seeing people with masks, and I like seeing, if I'm walking down the sidewalk, someone will split off and they'll get on the street or cross so that they keep that distance. And it's kind of weird when you think about it. It's like I'm distancing myself from somebody, and in that way we're closer together, but it's like we're all in it together when you distance yourself. It's kind of a backward kind of thing that I never would have thought about. So I actually feel a lot more kinship with people that I don't know when they avoid me. So that's kind of a weird thing, right? I don't know.
We shut down for 5.5 weeks and reopened, and we had to reopen as a takeout only. There's no inside seating. We're not allowed to, anyone's not allowed to stay inside at all. And we had to really basically restructure our business from what we had to a takeout only, basically. It's hard to say, because we're here today. Who knows what tomorrow's going to be? Tomorrow could be the same as today, or something. Tomorrow could be totally different. So we're basically like flying by the seat of our pants. It's totally opposite of the way we ran our business before. We were flying blind in the beginning because nobody really knew what to expect, or how long it was going to be. So, I mean, we've made the basic adjustments of the social distancing markers on the floor. We've done the hand washings, the gloves, the sanitizing, cleaning. We even actually put Lexan all the way up through the store to separate us from our customers.
We usually do Easter down here, so we came down for Easter and we got down here and it wasn't looking like I was getting back to work anytime soon, so we just decided to stay. Well, we've been hitting the gardening really, really hard in this household. So we've got a vegetable garden. We actually have 2 different vegetable gardens in the backyard. And then we've been doing a lot of cooking, and I've picked up, it's like a very strange hobby, but I've been learning how to ferment things properly, just because we have all of this fresh produce now. So trying to figure out a way to make it last through the winter. And me and my dad have been avid canning, so making lots of jams and all of that soup. It's all food-based, which probably isn't the healthiest thing in the world, but it's been a lot of fun. We kind of have a whole bunch of different hobbies centered around the garden and cooking and, all that fun stuff. I haven't actually really thought of it, to be honest. We were here, I guess, from early April to the ends of, we're 2 months before the season started, before people really started coming down here for the beaches. And it was really nice being here off season. It was quiet, the restaurants were still doing takeout, and it was oddly relaxing. Like, it's not the typical weather where you would want to go to the beach and, you know, sunbathe and go in the pool, but, you know, it was really quiet and, like, life was a little bit slower. So originally I was thinking going back as soon as, like, you know, Labor Day hits, all right, back to reality, back to, you know, Cherry Hill. But I think I'm going to stay for a little while just because I don't have any reason not to.